Hey y'all, welcome back. My name is Danielle. For those of y'all who are new here, I do own a natural skincare business and I also help other women start and grow their skincare business. So today's topic is going to be about starting a skincare business and how much money do you really need. So I put together right here um, just kind of a breakdown on what it would cost in order to start a business with just one product. I talk about this a lot because a lot of people are, oh, how much money do I need to get started? And, it really just depends. It truly, truly does. The best way to get started if you are getting started on a budget is to just start with one product, maybe two products, depending on what your budget is. But if you're going into this thinking that you can just spend $100, you may want to look to do something else. When you are thinking about having a product-based business, it is going to cost you more than having a business where you sell digital products. So I know a lot of people talk about, oh, start your business for, under $100, or, get started for $50 or $150. And that's really not the case. Unless you're selling something that is super, super inexpensive. All right. Y'all know I love to be transparent with y'all. I like to just keep it 100. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to break down the cost of starting with just one product. All right. So for those of y'all who don't know, I do wholesale products. If you are on a budget, I recommend doing wholesale just because the expenses are going to be much less versus you trying to get all the ingredients that you're going to need to make a product and then go through the trial and error of that. It can get very, very expensive. So I want to break down the cost for starting a skincare business, and I chose our African Black Soap Foaming Face Cleanser. This is a lower cost item. Like I said, if you are on a budget, you really want to think about the expense of the product. Our turmeric scrub, it is on the more expensive side. Okay, so you just want to keep these things in mind if you are on a budget, which I know a lot of people are like, how can I start a business on a budget? You have to be you have to be conscious of how much these products are costing, because there's a lot of other expenses besides just the product. All right, so let's get into it. So we're going to talk about just the African Black Soap Foaming Face Wash. All right, so you're going to start a business with just one product, and your product is going to be a face cleanser. All right, this is a really, really amazing product to get started with because it helps with a lot of different skin conditions. All right, so you can market this a ton of different ways. So don't think that just because you have one product that there's no way for you to really market this product. There's a ton of ways that you can market just one product. All right, and then once you start building your sales up and you start getting some profit, then you can start investing into more products. But again, this is for those of you who truly want to know, how much is this really going to cost you? And also, if you're on a budget, this is the route that I would go. All right, so if you go on the website and you get a jug of the African Black Soap Foaming Face Cleanser, it's on there for $60. All right, you're gonna pay about $6.99 in shipping, give or take, depending on how far you live from the Midwest. So right there, you're gonna spend $66.99 just on the product itself. Okay, again, I chose a less expensive product. These costs will range depending on what product you choose, but this is just an example of how the expenses will add up and why it's extremely important to be mindful of your offering, and keep it simple if you are on a budget. All right, so $66.99 just for the product. All right, now we got to find out, what are we going to put this product in? Okay, so you can go, y'all, don't sleep on Amazon, okay? Y'all can go on Amazon and there's a ton of different options. This is a foaming cleanser, so you're gonna want to get a foaming bottle. All right, so you can go on there and get a 30 piece of a foaming bottle. The charge for that is about $27.55. All right, so that's $27.55 just for the containers. All right, so you got your product, now you got your container. Now you got to let people know what it is. So you need labels, okay? This this starts adding up, y'all. So I recommend, I talked about this before, if you are getting labels, I recommend going on Avery.com. They're super beginner friendly. They have really good quality. If you are more do-it-yourself and you're familiar, get the blank labels and you can print them at home. Now it does take some trial and error if you are not familiar with this, so that cost can add up. If you are just getting started, I would just have Avery print for you. It is a little bit more expensive, but there's a lot less headache. All right, so you're gonna want to get some labels. You can get 36 labels for $37.11. That's with shipping and everything. All right, typically Avery, if you spend like over 50, you get free shipping, but their flat rate shipping is like $4.99. All right, if you don't know anything about labels and you're like, Danielle, you're telling me to get a label, what do I even put on the label? Go on Etsy. All right, you can go on Etsy, look at product label templates, even skincare product label templates. You can get more specific, and you can purchase a template on there. All right, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Or you can go on canva.com, and if you buy an Etsy template, it's most likely going to give you a Canva label template anyways, that you would just click and copy to your Canva. If you are going to be doing anything with a business, you need to get familiar with canva.com. All right. So anyways, a label template from Etsy might run you about $10. All right. So your cost of your product is $66.99. Then the cost of the container, your label, and if you need a label template, that's going to be about $74.66 approximately. All right. Again, you can, if you don't want to, spend $10, or you don't want to, use someone else's template for your product, that's completely fine. I would go on there for inspiration and kind of just, come up with something yourself in Canva. You can create your own custom size label. So, yeah, I'm not going to get too much into it. Let's get back to the cost. All right. So the $66.99 for your product, and the other cost is $74.66. That's for your container and your label. That's going to be a total of $178.76 so far. All right. Now, y'all, now we have to talk about packaging, because you're going to be sending these products to people. And so you need packaging, you need shipping supplies. All right. Again, don't sleep on Amazon. You can go on Amazon and you can get 50 boxes. And another thing I want y'all to note, and if you're already in business, this may help you, it's definitely helped me, is pay attention to the sizes of your product and the size of the box that you're getting. All right. A personal preference of mine, I don't have an issue with bubble mailers or just poly mailers in general, but I think your packages are much more secured if you have a box. All right, so these are just like the shipping boxes that you fold and put together yourself. So 50 boxes is going to be $30.73 on Amazon. And y'all, I just calculated it with like my and I have Amazon Prime, but I just calculated it and it came up to $30.73 like after taxes. All right, so that's 50 boxes. So keep in mind when you're buying materials and things like that, shipping supplies and stuff, you're not going to really be able to get the exact amount you need. So sometimes you're going to have some left over. So you're not going to be able to ship 50 cleansers out, but you're going to have to buy 50 boxes. All right. You could buy 25, but that's not going to be enough because you're going to have more than 25 soaps. So 50 boxes is $30.73. Then you're going to need a way to secure your package. So one of the things that a lot of people compliment me on is my packaging, and not so much how it looks, although I do think I try to do the best job I can in terms of presentation when people get their boxes. But a lot of people compliment me on, you know, how everything is secure. Okay. One of the worst things you want is for your items to arrive damaged to somebody, because not only is that inconvenient for you, that's inconvenient for your customer, because now you have to reship them something or consider giving them a refund, and it just delays everything, you know. So I recommend, specifically for the black soap, I recommend doing packing paper. All right. Now, I don't want to get too deep in this, but the other types of, and I have a video on shipping supplies and packaging supplies, but the other type of packaging that you could consider is packing peanuts. All right. Those are great. However, those can be costly, especially if you're getting them shipped, because they're bulky. They take up a lot of room in a truck. And so even though they're very lightweight, they, you know, they're taking up space in the truck. And so that you're being charged for that. All right. The other thing that you could do is get like bubble wrap. But again, that can get bulky depending on how much you buy. So there's different options for this product itself. Since it's just a foaming pump bottle, I just chose some packing paper. All right, so that's $19.07. So once we get our 50 boxes and your packing paper, that is going to total $49.80. All right, so all together now, between our product, our containers and labels, our boxes, and our paper, we are at $228.56, and this is for one product. Now, granted, you know, you don't have to buy separate packaging for every single product, but you do have to buy separate containers. You do have to buy labels for each product that you have. So I hope you see like how expensive this can get. So that's why a lot of times when new business owners approach me and, you know, they want all these products, if you are, you know, have a budget, or maybe you have you know, a grant or something like that, to where you have some funds to work with, by all means, you know, do whatever you want to do. However, if you are on a budget, and you really want to make this look nice, you should consider just offering one product to start, and then you can build on that as your business grows. Some other expenses you want to take in mind, and these vary, so I don't have a exact amount for you, but when you want to think about branding, and so branding, a lot of it is going to be just the effort that you put in for the aesthetics and things like that, but the branding on your website, it is going to come from how it looks. So an expense of branding is going to be, you know, your photos, right? Your photos, and this goes with marketing as well, but when you're creating a brand, you have to have it look a certain way, and so you're going to want to get pictures done. If you are a photographer, you can do it yourself. I started doing it myself, and you know, it was fine, but I think you can get a lot further if you have more professional photos, obviously. And so you can get those on Fiverr. You can get like photos done, mock-ups done. You can even do them in Canva now if you have time to mess around with it. But that's going to range about $10 to $20 a piece for a photo. like a mock-up or something if you get that on Fiverr. All right, Shopify, I get asked, like, oh, I'm considering these different platforms. Like, which one did you choose? And hands down, I'm always going to say Shopify just because of the um, analytics of it and just the integrations. So Shopify, it used to be $29 a month. Now it's $39 a month. It's likely more expensive than any other platform that you've researched, but it has a lot of capabilities. And when you're thinking about the investment of starting a business, why would you not spend the extra $10 to make your site that much better and to give yourself that much more when it comes to analyzing your data? So Shopify, that's $39 a month, recurring. And then marketing. All right, if you're starting a new business and you're not paying for any type of marketing, it's going to be extremely hard to get visibility unless you are actively in the community, building up your brand, talking about your brand, unless you're doing like partnerships with people who are able to get your brand out there for you. It's very, very difficult to hop on social media and just take off. So I would definitely consider a marketing budget. And, that's going to depend on, how much you have to allocate towards that. But, marketing, running ads and things of that nature, that's going to get your name out there and get you more exposure. Now, you don't have to do that, but as a brand new business, that's something that I would highly consider if you are online. All right, so as you can see, these costs do add up. This is just to get started. If you have no idea on how to get started, I would highly suggest investing in your own knowledge so that you don't end up wasting even more money. I think a lot of times people go into business thinking like, how can I do this the cheapest way possible? And you end up really wasting all of your money because you don't know what you're doing. So if you are like at ground zero and you have no idea what you're doing, the last thing I would do is go purchase all this stuff. All right, because you're not going to know how to get rid of it. You're going to have the stuff and you're going to have a business and you're going to say, hey, I have this business, but it's going to be very hard. Maybe you sell 7 things to a couple of people, but it's going to be very hard to sustain that business or grow that business and sustain it if you have no idea what you're doing. And so if that is you, we do have a Start Your Business bundle, and that will give you a blueprint. It's called the How to Start Your Business Playbook. It'll give you the blueprint to get started. You'll also get a vendor list so that you can get access to more resources on where to get labels, where to get packaging, where to get containers from, for when you really get this thing moving, because Amazon is fine, but you can get things a lot cheaper when you buy in bulk from like other, wholesalers. And then I'll also give you a pricing guide, so that you know how to price these products so that you're not, just marking it up 50% and calling it a day. Like, that's not a good strategy. And then it'll also give you a social media content ideas list to where you'll know what to post on social media to start getting your product out there. But anyways, y'all, that is available. Like I said, if you are at ground zero and you're like, I don't even know how to get started, like, thank you for telling me how much it's gonna cost, but like, what do I do first? I would definitely check that out. I'm a huge advocate for, doing the groundwork before investing in products, because that's a good way to end up wasting your money. But anyways, y'all, I hope this was helpful. Let me know if y'all have any questions, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.